I'm Chantal Carrière. I'm a program manager of the Programme de Formation à Distance, which is the Francophone stream of the e-channels in Ontario, and I work at the Coalition ontarienne de formation des adultes. I've also worked on piloting a digital badge project for our practitioners as well as our learners. So I'm glad to be here today to talk about this with my colleagues. So let them introduce themselves as well.
Yes, so hello everybody. My name is Lydienne, Guidoin. I started working at Coalition ontarienne de formation des adultes in 2019 as a trainer. Then I became a program manager assistant, and now I am a project manager, and I'm working with my colleague Chantal in this project. So today we want to talk about making skills visible and valued through digital badges. When people can see the value of the learning, others can see it too. And when learning becomes visible, new opportunities become possible. The learners we serve in Get Set are seniors looking for autonomy, newcomers, job seekers, workers needing new skills, and adults with incomplete schooling. They do not arrive empty-handed. They arrive with years of experience, resilience, problem-solving abilities, community involvement, and informal learning. Get Set learners often have low literacy levels, but rich life experience. They have developed valuable skills, have non-linear learning journeys, and have limited formal recognition. Now, I would like to talk about the recognition gap. We know that many people have important skills and experience, but these are not always noticed or valued by others. This gap can make it hard for people to find good job or new opportunities. So the issue is not a lack of skills, the issue is a lack of recognition. This is the recognition challenge we are trying to address with this project. What does success look like for Get Set learners? Success for Get Set learners is not always a diploma. Sometimes it means returning to learning. Sometimes it means applying for a first job. Sometimes it means gaining confidence. How can we make adult learners' skills visible and valued? Chantal, do you
Okay.
want to continue?
Yes, I will. Thank you, Lydienne.
Welcome.
Now, just before I start with this, I just want to do a little sidebar on when we talk about Get Set learners, it used to be the LBS program, so Literacy and Basic Skill program in Ontario, which has changed its name to the Get Set Skill Education and Training program earlier this year. So I just wanted to do a quick mention of that. Now I only have a few minutes to present this wonderful initiative, so I invite you to contact us after this if you want more information on technical aspects or the processes we've been creating as part of this project. So Recognize to Succeed, which is Reconnaitre pour réussir in French, is a project led by COFA, and it aims to better recognize the value and skills developed through lifelong experiences, and of course through the Get Set program here in Ontario, while we support learners on their journey towards employment, education, and social inclusion. So we decided to use digital badge as a tool to make this recognition visible and portable. Badges are known to COFA, as I was mentioning. We've been piloting competency badges with our practitioners for over a year now. So they're used to the concept. But it's also important to know that the main goal with this project is not simply issuing badges. We're really trying to build a continuum of recognition, connecting learning, work, and community participation. If you can move to the next, thank you. So as we all know, recognition becomes more powerful when it's visible, portable, and trusted. So that's where the badges come in. Open badges are portable and easily shareable. They are learner-owned and they include embedded evidence as metadata that it's unique to the owner of the badge. They also provide clear evidence of demonstrated skills. They include assessment criteria. We can attach evidence to it. Could be like a work that the learner created. And you can even add information about the issuing organization, which adds a bit more credibility. And they also enable external recognition through endorsements, which is quite interesting for us. So they can come from employers, community organization, post-secondary institution, or even sector partners. Go to next. So we will be piloting 2 different types of badges as part of this initiative. So we are working closely with 4 partners, which are 2 adult learning centers, the Programme de Formation à Distance here at COFA, and also the Literacy Network Northeast. So we will be piloting with Anglophone members simultaneously, which is quite interesting and a first for us. So we feel it's essential to get feedback from the field and from our practitioners every step of the way as well. So the first type of badge we will be creating are competency badges, which will recognize demonstrated competencies. It could be digital, socio-emotional, or literacy skills. And they'll be awarded by the practitioners based on evidence and validation. So we've asked ourselves what skills matter most for our adult learners today and for tomorrow. So we've established that digital skills and social-emotional skills are the most in demand from employers. I think we've all learned about the future skills and new skills that are starting to be in demand. So we will be starting to pilot those badges in early September, and if all goes well. And then the second type of badges that we're creating and that we've already started to pilot are training pathway badges. So those badges recognize participation in a specific training or learning program offered by one of our members. It's often at a set time and duration, and they're awarded upon completion or, once they've acquired all the required criteria, they'll be awarded the badge. So we did pilot this with Le Centre Moi J'apprends, who is offering a 6-week program called Renforcement des compétences professionnelles. And they're offering this in partnership with the Communauté francophone accueillante in Cornwall. And it's also funded by Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, IRCC. So the program was offered in March, and they have issued 27 badges to their learners. And we've also received an endorsement from the Communauté francophone accueillante of Cornwall, which is a good sign that we're starting to get recognition from our community partners. This program is set to be offered again a few times in 26-27. So we're really excited about that, to continue to offer those badges. So I will let Lydienne follow up with some of the alignments we've been doing with our badges.
Thank you, Chantal. Now let's talk about alignments. When there is good alignment, learners can show their skills in ways that are recognized and valued by others. So we are intentionally aligning our badges with the Ontario Adult Literacy Curriculum Framework, the Skills for Success Framework, the UNESCO AI Competency Framework, labor market expectation, and the realities of adult learners. I would like to share some insight about recognition now. Recognition starts with learners. Employers are looking more and more at what people can do, not just the diplomas or certificates. So recognition can create bridges between literacy programs, employment, and future learning. And we know that for recognition to last, badge processes need to be simple, practical, and easy for practitioners to use, but still strong and trustworthy. Now, our next steps are to keep working with frontline practitioners, to test the badges with real learners in real programs, as Chantal said, and to look for employers and partners who will endorse the badges to expand their credibility. We can at first we started by designing badges. Then we quickly realized that we were designing conversations about skills, identity, and potential. So you still have 3 minutes, Chantal. I don't know if there's questions.
Yeah, I was so worried about going overtime that I did it another time. Well, it just leaves more time for questions or comments if anyone has them. Don't be shy. I don't know if Danal, we haven't really introduced you, but maybe quickly introduce yourself and maybe add a bit of your input to the presentation.
Lurette, I'm a consultant. I'm working with la COFA on this project. What I found interesting in this project and what has attracted me to this project is the idea.
Hi there. I'm not sure if you can hear me.
Oh, hello.
Hello. It was the idea of recognizing competencies for people who often are not part of the formal recognition system. So, and the idea of recognizing skills that people have developed through their entire lives. So in this project, what's interesting is we're not recognizing skills during the program, but before the program. So I always say it's a way to democratize expertise. So people have developed all kinds of expertise all their lives. So how can we recognize it through a system that kind of allow people allow people to get recognized their skills where often they don't.
Oh, I see, Jackie, you had a question in the comment. Is that the same question you want to ask?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes. Yes, we've been using CanCred Factory from Learning Agent, which is Don Prisson is here today. It's been helping us a lot with this, but yeah, we've been using the CanCred Factory platform to create and issue our badges. It's quite easy process. Once the badges are created, we've had our practitioner test out the first one for the pathway badge, and it was really easy for them to issue the badges to their learners. I see there was somebody else who had a...
The time was up. If it wasn't, my question, thank you for the presentation. My question is, this is completely out of my ignorance, but is there a corresponding or relevant policy in place, either in state or national level, regarding the recognition of prior learning or that of the validation of informal learning?
I'm not sure I can answer that question. That goes a little bit beyond our reach here in Ontario with our Donald might have.
Yeah, well,
few.
I think this is a pilot project, so it's never been done before in Ontario, and with that clientele, I think it's the first one. And I would refer you to what Serge presented, the framework at the beginning, where there's actually micro, meso, and macro. Right now, we're working at the micro level to see how the benefits of recognition with learners, but we're also working at the meso level to start conversation at the community level, so we can get employers and other stakeholders understanding the importance and the interesting aspects of having people with skills that are recognized, that go through a recognition system that is different and much more task-based and competency-based. So at the meso, this project works at the micro level with make it work with learners and all the benefits for learners. The meso level, at the community level, try to make dialogue between stakeholders and learners and literacy programs. But at the macro level, actually, because it's funded by the ministry. So the idea, we hope, is that it will influence ministry, society, and the way we see learning and recognition, and open another door of recognitions to get people access to work or to all kinds of projects through the skills recognition. So we're actually working at two first levels, but the macro level will be, I think it will, we're also working there because the fact that the ministry is funding this and is interested in this approach is the idea that societies might be ready to change. So that's my interpretation of the framework that Serge presented and our project, how it fits into it.
If I could add, I'm on the CAPLA board, and so Don is as well, and Andy, who's the two main hosts of this event today. And I think the national level, as Don was mentioned, we're not quite there yet, but I think there's a lot of synergy that's sort of working on the same kind of frameworks. And so I'm hoping we're going to get there, but certainly because post-secondary education is very much a provincial jurisdiction, and there isn't an overarching one like a national qualification standard or framework. Again, we don't actually have that, although we're dabbling in it. We're getting there, okay? But it takes a lot of sort of connections between the various provinces and various departments within provinces, post-secondaries as well, and as one example, and even industry too, to go and get that competency framework across the board. But I think the slow moves will get us there, but it really is collaborations and essentially a bit of a compromising that we're going to have to do to go and get that direction. So contact CAPLA and we'll be able to go and get you sort of more information on that issue. This is a global issue, I think, but Canada's not quite there as yet. Thanks for your reply there, Donald. I think you hit the nail on the head on it. Perfect.
That's great. So as you see, many flowers blooming, and some blooming more significantly than others. We have Agnes joining us. So we're coming up on a break now, although there's a possibility we may have another try at Franz Sarkis, whose video was inadvertently being translated to English when last time we tried. So we may be trying that again during the break. Otherwise, we'll be picking up in 10 minutes at 1300 hours Eastern Daylight Time with a couple of we're actually in the main room with the spotlight with Ménénie Lessard and Lydienne Levasseur. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Great to have you.